everyone. It is Rambling Hour with Lisa, Season 8, Episode 11, coming to you from the kitchen. It isn't exactly what I had planned for today, but it will have to do. I had wanted to do more of a witching station and witchy stuff, but I had my friend Samantha's kids over today, and I don't regret that one bit because I like spending time with them. So I need to figure out how I want this. Sorry, give me a second. I'm already late, so I didn't want to waste any more time being late, but I wanted you guys to see the cupboards up there. But I can only be so tall, so I'm even sitting on a taller chair. But yes, let me come closer and I'll bring my pot with me. Now, not only am I late, I don't know how many viewers I'm going to get live today because it's Thanksgiving weekend in Canada, so yeah, so hope you like my hair. It's a witchy weekend and getting close to Halloween, which is a lovely time of year. I have in the background there, I have a skull and my pestle and mortar that I got that I absolutely love. I think I got it for my birthday last year or something, and I said I wasn't putting it in the kitchen until the kitchen was done. So it goes up in the cupboard right there right now, but I took it out for the display. I'm not sure how much of that you can see though. So, and my shirt is a jumper actually. I'm like sweating, and my necklace is like a mood ring, but it's like a reptile eye. So how is everyone? How was your week? What are you up to? What have you been up to? And what is new with you guys? I also thought this wig was a lot smaller than it is. It's quite long actually, the hair. And if I had brushed it out and made it look nice, it might even look nicer. But this is good, this is good. It'll work. So I'm kind of sad. Hi, Mommy. I'm kind of sad because I had like this really good witch's hat when I was in Canada, and I don't know what happened to it. And I might have said this last year or whatever. Every time I go to put on a witch's hat, I just get really sad. This is one that I have like, it's got a green band around it, but I have it inside out right now so that you don't really see the green, so it just looks like a black hat. So I'm gonna have to order me a good witch's hat for stuff like this. And then the wolf mask that we had, I don't know if we lent it to someone, but yeah, a really good expensive wolf mask that we had for the haunted houses, and I don't know where that's gone either. But this is my look for today. I'm gonna try and do the witchy station stuff, the stuff that I wanted to do today. I'm gonna try and get it done next week. So we'll see how that goes. So happy Thanksgiving to everybody in Canada, and hope that you had a good Thanksgiving. And one of the things I'm thankful for is that I got to spend time with my nieces and nephew today. So, and I say that with them being my friend Samantha's kids here, which are the closest nieces and nephews I have here. Besides Steve has one niece from one of his sisters. So thank you, Mom. So yes, I have a lot to be thankful for in my life, including spending the day. I thought about doing this from the kitchen. I was going to make cookies and decorate and do different like Halloween foods and stuff, but yesterday I made sugar cookies, and then I was going to like ice them and stuff with the girls today on my live, and then I thought, well, during the day, because I'm going to have Danielle and Tyla here, they can do some. And then me and Danielle and Tyla and Erica ended up decorating cookies this afternoon. And there's still some for the other girls to do if they want. And I bought some small pumpkins, but we didn't want to carve pumpkins yet because it's too soon. If we carve the pumpkins now, if we cut into them, they'll be rotten by the time Halloween comes. So we just drew on them with black markers. And yeah, so we decorated some cookies today. And so it was still a Halloween day. And like I said, I got to spend time with Danielle and Tyla, and so that makes me happy, and I'm thankful for that. And I got to snuggle with my little Oliver, And yeah, so I will try and do, and I don't think I'm going to take a week off, you know, how I usually take a day off in between seasons, even though it's my birthday weekend. I want to, so I think it's the 23rd. I just, there's too much Halloween inspired goodness that I can do to I don't want to miss a day. So yeah. Okay, so if and then that one. Okay, yes. So I could be a witch every live, because I just feel like in my heart there's a bit of witchiness in me. Very much nature witch, I would say. So, which is funny because Wicca is definitely a type of, like, Wicca's more like a religion, but it's like it's, you know, in line with Mother Nature. And so God, this hair is like, it's like my real hair. It's just crazy and all over the place. So yes, so I definitely feel that I'm connected to nature, and that there's things about me that would definitely have gotten me hanged or drowned or burnt at the stake in previous centuries. Oh, my drink is so far away. I don't have my regular glass because I pushed the table over there and then it's in the way, and I just thought, you know what, just grab a glass from the cupboard, and you're already late and it's different. No, Mom, we haven't got any cards in the mail yet. I'm sure they'll come, but you know how Canada Post is. They're a bit slow, so... And if I'm not mistaken, we might have a strike over here with some of the postal things, so I'm not sure. But I'll let you know when we get them. So it is already October 9th, which is crazy because I was so looking forward to October and Halloween and all that. And now here we are, like, so far into the month. Tomorrow is our son, so Steve's son, my stepson, Thomas's 21st birthday. And my birthday is on the 21st, which is exciting, and I'll be 44. But yeah, it's just, time is going by so quickly. I don't know if I like this white underneath. I was just trying to do something different, but I had to do it really quickly so you can see my eyeshadow as well. And I'll do smiley. Yeah, so, and my witchy hat, I just need like a good shot of me so I can do a still shot. You know how I do those ones after my live. So, what is new with anybody else? I guess if you're not watching live, then you can still comment and I can answer later or respond later. I can show you some of the cookies we made and other things. Yep. I don't know what to tell you. This week, I have been under the weather for a few days of this week. So I've just been taking it easy. I got stuff done outside, which made me really happy, and stuff done in the house, and just keep working forward to like making everything clean and organized and ready for the winter, outside and inside. Hi, Nova. Yeah, Nova's in here, but you won't be able to see her because I'm sitting on such a high chair. But you can hear her jingling and jangling. Yeah, so Allison and Thomas are taking Nova and Lena for a walk because me and Steve aren't, because Steve's not well, so he's not even going out with his mate tonight. He's in the room not feeling well, and he is done his weights instead so that he doesn't miss a day of working out. But I will go on my cross trainer after I'm done this so that I don't miss a day of working out. He was at 880 a couple days ago, so he's in 880 something now, and I am so I was at 39 that day when he was 880, I think, so I'm about 41 or 42 days in a row now. Yeah, so just working out. But I pulled my hamstring this morning, and I thought, like, Lisa, you really need to do your yoga. Like, your body's just... So I know I've told you guys this before. When I do yoga and when I do stretches, my body's more stretchy, so I tend to not overextend myself. Like, if I do something, if I move a certain way and everything, my body feels like it can do those things more. Whereas if I am not doing yoga, which I'm not right now, my body isn't stretchy. So it's like taking like a cold elastic band. you know, they say warm up, like do stretches before you work out and stuff, because you need to, so it's like, so a cold elastic band or something that will just snap, as opposed to a warmed up one that will be more stretchy and pliable. So that is like my body. The more I do yoga and stretches, the easier it is for me to function doing things, even getting out of bed or whatever, like just normal things. But when I don't do yoga, it's like a cold elastic or something that just like, and I just like pull a hamstring because I'm not, you know, can't touch my toes. It hurts to just stretch a little bit because I'm not, my muscles are just not what they were before. So I got to work on that. I think I'm going to sneeze. No, I think it's okay. I think it's okay. So, yeah. Yeah, so on October 4th was 2 years since I started doing these lives, and it was in this kitchen that I started, but it was before it was renovated. So, and I had no idea really what I was doing, and I was making dinner for the kids. I made like tuna pasta bake, but it wasn't even tuna pasta bake. It was just cooked pasta with some tuna and some cheese. And I love you too, honey. Good night. Erica's going to Betty Buys. So, yeah. 2 years that I have been rambling. Well, no, I've been rambling my whole life. I probably came out talking, or at least making noise. But 2 years that I've been doing these pretty much every Sunday, except my days off. So yeah, you're either sick of me or can't get enough of me. Either way, you're not getting rid of me. I am just in the beginning stages of whatever this is going to be. So still a bit of a stuffy nose from not feeling well this week. It's not, we did test for COVID, it's not COVID, but yeah, I mean, we have to get ailments once in a while, don't we? So coming up this week, like I said, tomorrow's Tom's birthday, and then I'm trying to think of my days, and if anybody asked me to do anything on certain days. Then next Sunday, I will do my rambling hour, and I'll do, but what was so Saturday, I'm forgetting something that somebody asked me to do, but I can't remember what it is. And when Steve's feeling better, me and him need to go and choose some tiles and get this done. Like, we need a splashback back here and where the cooker is. And in the bathroom downstairs, we really need to choose tiles for the floor and walls in there, because we got to get this stuff on the move and done. And no more just talking about it. We need to actually like get it done. So I kind of have an idea of what I want to do for my Halloween special rambling hour on October 30th. Yeah, I've been thinking of a couple things, and I think it'll be good. So we will see. Yeah, Samantha and her kids are doing well. Spencer is growing, and he's 8 pounds, and he's like almost 6 months old already, which is crazy. So if he was born on time, he'd be about 11 weeks right now. But he's still underweight for even if he was only 11 weeks. Yeah, it's nice. I'm glad that he's healthy, but it's like kind of nice that you get like the newborn phase for longer with a preemie. So now he's still small and cuddly, but it is weird because, like I said, he's only 8 pounds, so like he feels smaller than my kids were when they were born. Which in weight, he is smaller than when they were born. But just nice to have little snuggles. If Samantha didn't have to go. We had a bit of a visit, but if she hadn't had to go and I didn't have her girls to take care of, I would have snuggled with Spencer more. But I had things to do. I had planned for the cookies and the pumpkins for the girls. And then we had, for supper, I made pasta that was in shapes of Halloween stuff. And I made it with like ground minced beef and tomato soup. I made some with a spaghetti sauce as well, like a pasta sauce. But for the kids, I made it with tomato soup. I'm gonna grab the pasta and show you what it looked like before it was cooked. Just pasta shapes, Halloween shapes. I don't know which way to do this. So you can see there's like spiders and jack-o'-lanterns. There's a spider. And sorry that I keep sniffing. Cookies. This is my haunted house that I made. It didn't work out the way I wanted it to. My mixer broke yesterday, my electric mixer. Then the gel things that I thought were gel where you could like squeeze them and like do like thin lines and everything. They ended up being like gel food coloring, so I had to mix it with icing sugar, and then yeah, so I didn't have enough piping bags. But this is another one that I did just with these markers that you can write on the cookies with. I'll show you one more of mine, but there's the ones the girls did too. I'll show you one that Erica did that I really love. Erica's, where is it? Mom, Mom said we are doing our Thanksgiving today, as in they are in Edmonton in Canada. Yeah, well, we don't really celebrate Thanksgiving here. If I had planned it better, I would have done something, but I decorated for autumn, so that is as close to it as I will get, and also being thankful for things. So I'll post about being thankful and all that jazz. So, like I said, what is up with you? How is your Thanksgiving weekend going? It is a long weekend for those people in Canada, so like a bank holiday weekend tomorrow, so people can visit with their loved ones. And yeah, sorry, I keep playing with the... So I was so excited. I was so excited for this live, and I had so much planned, and then it just didn't work out the way it was. And that's fine, because like I said, I don't regret spending time with the kidlings and doing the stuff that we did today, the cookie decorating and everything else, but I don't have a plan now, so I don't know what to talk about. And it's so hard when, yeah, I know those words that I said, and then I have a topic, and then I would talk about it. Book I'm reading. What's it called? The Opposite of Butterfly Hunting. So I'm still reading that, and it's written by, I can't remember her name now. Not Ivana Lynch. Something like, she was in Harry Potter movies. I've told you guys about the book before, so that's what I'm reading. Watching, me and Steve are still on Better Call Saul, but we're on like season 4 or 5. And my podcasts, I just listen to the same as I've always listened to, maybe a few more, but it's like a lot of crime podcasts and spiritual podcasts, and I don't know. So that is what I'm doing. I've been walking with Steve, dog walking with Steve with the dogs for my exercise, and that's nice for us to get out there and do that. My mom says Mel is cooking the turkey today. Oh, that's awesome. So Melody, my older sister, is making the turkey for the Thanksgiving dinner. And Mom, are you guys having it at your house? Is everybody bringing a dish, or... Oh, I told you what we had for supper already. And we had chicken steaks last night, like these big chicken breast patties with like buttermilk crumb on them, and you can make them on a bun. So we had those yesterday, and there's a few left, so that's what I made for Steve, because the pasta is not wholemeal, so he can't eat white pasta or it upsets his tum. So actually with the cookies I made too, I made wholemeal sugar cookies as well, and they turned out really well. So especially if you're putting icing on them, then you don't even notice the difference. So I told you about home renovations. I'm just looking around thinking what else is there to talk about. I told you guys about the gardening. I'm sitting here shaking my leg like a nervous twitch. And I'm sitting on a very tall chair, so my feet are on the bar on the chair, but they wouldn't be able to reach the ground, even if I wanted them to. So let me check my watch. I doubt. Oh, I've done 11 out of 30 minutes of exercise, so I can watch some Gardener's World when I go on the elliptical in the living room, the cross trainer elliptical, whatever you want to call it. And then I will go upstairs and watch some television with my husband, which will be nice for me, but I wish he was feeling better. So, but like I said, we all have to get ill sometimes, and as long as it doesn't last too long. He has work tomorrow, so hopefully he gets good sleep tonight. And Christmas is coming. I don't want to bug people about that, but just trying to keep on top of things. So Halloween is in a few weeks, if anybody's doing anything for that. And then before you know it, like Remembrance Day, and then Christmas. So here in England on November 5th, there's the bonfire night. So remember the 5th of November, Guy Fawkes Day. We've talked about this before. Every year, but my point was that it's going to be bonfire night, so me and Steve will have to make plans for what we're doing for that. I think we have an idea of what we might do, but this hair is crazy. Like I said, it's as real as my real hair with the mess that it is. Samantha says hello, just switching on, and I understand that she's late because she was here shortly before I started, so she had to wrangle her crew up, get them in the car, get them home, get them ready for bed, which was a late night for them, including Oliver, because they usually go to bed earlier than that. But you got to do what you got to do. Sometimes the kids don't get to bed when you want. So, but yeah, it was great seeing Samantha today, but it's never long enough. So, hello Samantha. Give me some topics to talk about. Because my brain is running dry. I don't know what to talk about. No, dry brain. Can't think of anything. So let's see. Okay, so we cut down branches on the tree and made them into wood chips, and then I moved all the stuff in my garden that needs to be overwintered, like the cannas, bananas, and calla lilies, and all those things. I moved them over into the middle raised bed next to the greenhouses so that they're easy to put into the greenhouse and stuff for overwinter. But what I need to do is take all the pots that I put into the big raised bed, even though some of them, like the bananas and the canna pots, are really heavy. I got to take them out, and then the raised bed will be pretty much empty. I still have my gem corn growing. The cucumbers are pretty much done, and the peas are done. So I just need to, move that stuff, but it's still the corn. Other than the corn, I'm going to put down all not the wood chips, because I used the wood chips if they were good, like wood chips from the branches. I've already used those where I wanted them, but this is like leaves and wood chips and everything like that. So it smells really good, already producing heat. I'm going to take those and put them all into the middle raised bed. And then I am going to take my big compost bins, which I have 5 of. Do I have 5 or 7? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Technically I have 7, but they're not all full right now. There's only 5 that are full, but I need to sift them out, take out the black gold, which is like the good compost that's already like ready to use in pots and stuff like that. But and the rest of the stuff, sticks and things that haven't finished decomposing, I am going to throw those all in the raised bed. What it's going to do, and then when I dig out the pond over here, that's dirt. I'm going to put the dirt on top of all those wood chips and compost and everything else, and all that, while it decomposes, from the bacteria and microscopic fungus, it's like everything that works in it to break it down, it creates heat. So that will actually create heat. So what me and Steve might do is get a roll of plastic and make like a polytunnel over the middle raised bed, and then the heat from all the stuff decomposing over winter will warm the inside of the polytunnel, and I should be able to put the bananas and cannas and everything back in there and leave them in there to overwinter instead of in the greenhouse, which frees up room in my greenhouse, which isn't as important in the winter but more important in the spring when I want to start things like seedlings and everything. Now let me look at the comments. So Samantha says topics, favorite Halloween films. I don't have like a lot of Halloween films that I like. Obviously people like Hocus Pocus, which is a good one, but I like Practical Magic that with Nicole Kidman and Sandra Bullock. That's probably one of my favorite movies that would be witchy or around Halloween type thing. But yeah, I can't say that there's anything specific that I associate with Halloween that I want to watch at Halloween, but maybe I need to do that more. Mom says, there I am doing cabbage rolls and ham and rhubarb crisp for Thanksgiving. Oh, well, not ham and rhubarb crisp. So Mom's making cabbage rolls. She's making a ham, so like a gammon roast, and rhubarb crisp for dessert for Thanksgiving. And Samantha, Thanksgiving is today and tomorrow, like this weekend. Mom says, don't tell Steve about the crisp. I won't. And he's not watching this anyways. He's playing his video games. So he won't know. And it wouldn't stay in the post. It wouldn't do very well if you posted it to us. So you'll just have to make it when you're here. Samantha says, happy Thanksgiving. And, oh, Mom, so whose house are you guys eating at? I don't know if you said that. There. Oh, there. So at Auntie Melody's. So you're eating at Melody's house. Again, Melody, my sister, is making the turkey. So sometimes when the person making the turkey is the place that you eat the dinner, because that's like the hardest thing to move, and then other people can bring other things. For those of you who don't know, cabbage rolls, where I grew up on the prairies in Alberta, in Canada, it's a lot of Eastern European influence. So there's a lot of Ukrainians where I come from, of Ukrainian descent. So cabbage rolls are sour cabbage. You don't have to use sour cabbage, but traditionally it's sour cabbage heads. And then you take the leaves, the sour cabbage leaves, and you have a mixture of rice and beef or pork or both, or so meat and rice and seasoning and everything else. And you put a little bit of it in the sour cabbage leaf, fold it, roll it like a little tiny burrito, and you put it into a casserole dish, and you just line them up, and you have a bunch of them, and then you bake them even longer, and that is cabbage rolls, and they are so yummy, and I miss them so much. But when Mom was here in 2017 to 2018 for our wedding, we made cabbage rolls then for our Christmas dinner. The Christmas dinner 2017, we had cabbage rolls here, homemade, with my mom helping me make them. And that was a long time ago, but they were delicious. So Mom says at her house. So they are doing Thanksgiving dinner today at Mom's house. So if I get on a flight right now, I still won't make it. But happy Thanksgiving to my family in Canada, and enjoy your dinner, because it's only like 1:45 in the afternoon. So Mom, are you having it at dinner time? I'm happy that you are still able to tune into my live, Mom, even though you have a busy Thanksgiving dinner. So I won't, oops, that's not what I meant to do. I will forgive Melody then for not being on my live, because she's busy making a turkey and getting things ready to bring over to my mom's. So I managed to ramble for a half an hour already. And like most weeks, it's rambling about nothing. So if that makes you happy, I'll show you guys one more time above and my display for in the glass doors for autumn. And I'm really excited about being able to decorate that for all the seasons. And if you look at the very top of our cupboards, there's this gap there, which bugs me because it's just going to be a dust trap. But at the same time, I like that I was able to put the autumn leaves up there, and I'll put Christmas garland and stuff up there, and lights, which will look really, really ace. So actually, in the end, I'm actually happy. It kind of goes, like, you see that, like that, and then the gap, it kind of goes on an angle back, so it actually is even more better for putting something to stay in there. Yes, a rhubarb crisp is like a crumble. It's just a different base than you would use in a crumble. But Samantha, I think you might have had a rhubarb crumble, because I'm pretty sure, I think I made it with my mom's recipe here. If you haven't, I'll make it again. And the only difference is that I can't find what's it called, instant tapioca, like it's like pre-cooked tapioca. But I do have some tapioca, so I just have to cook it beforehand. But yeah, I can make my mom, she usually adds like strawberries or apples, so it's usually rhubarb apple crisp or rhubarb, like strawberry rhubarb crisp, excuse me. And Samantha says, yes, you did. Something that I thought was interesting is I was looking back at, because like I said, it's been 2 years since I've been doing these lives, and I was looking back at a few of them, and I noticed that things I was saying in them were referring to comments that are no longer there from certain people. So whether they're not my friends on Facebook or whatever, that's fine, or they don't have their Facebook anymore. So it's even more important for me to read what the comments say, so that it keeps us on track and remember what people say, even if those comments are no longer there. Or for like when I put this on YouTube and there'll be no comments that live. Anyways, when I put the old ones on YouTube. And Samantha, referring to the strawberry rhubarb crisp that I made, she says, "'Twas tasty." So it is that season. I did buy the small pumpkins for the kids to color on today, but it is pumpkin pie season, and I had this, I mean, I'm sure there's lots of things you can make with pumpkin. I've never made them, so I'm not going to act like it's my idea, because there's probably recipes out there for them, but I've never had them and I never made them. But this thing came into my head, more of like what North Americans would call a biscuit, but here you might call more of a, like a scone. But like I pictured this little pumpkin, okay, partly also because Aurora brought these scones home that she made at college, and they had chocolate chips in them, and they were really, really nice. But so it's kind of like that, but I'm picturing it pumpkin flavored with real pumpkin and raisins in it, and like maybe cinnamon and so, like so instead of pumpkin pie, I would like to try other things with pumpkin, be the pumpkin queen, the pumpkin witch. But yeah, so I want to try those too. And I had this idea in my head, and I saw them, and like I said, there's probably a recipe for them. It's not like I've invented them, but I've never had them or seen them before. It was just something I saw in my head. So, and I see them a bit orange, like pumpkin flavored. And Samantha is just probably jumping up and down at the same time that she wrote in all caps, pumpkin pie, with lots of exclamation marks, because she is a fan, and she knows that I will make 1 or 2 or 7 specifically for her that are lactose free and for vegan, vegetarian, like no animal fat in it or anything. Samantha says, but let's not forget pumpkin pie, because I was talking about the pumpkin scones or whatever. So let me just have a... I shared the haunted house videos, and I'll put the links in the comments of the haunted house videos from the haunted houses that I did before in Canada. And I love them so much, and I miss them so much, and I will get back to them. But when I shared the post, I just said this is the time of year when I live in the past, living in the old haunted houses that we did, until I'm able to do some here. So I'll put the not comments, Lisa. I'll put the links to the haunted houses in the comments if you want to check those out if you haven't watched them already. And what else? Oh, and I'll put a link to one of my favorite rambling hours, which was last year's Halloween one, where I was a mad scientist and Erica was my little test subject. And we didn't know that we were going to be in character the whole time, but it turned out that way. And so I watched it back, and it seems a bit slow because I don't know what to come up with, because I didn't know I was going to be in a character the whole time. So I'm like trying to think of ideas, you know, like improv, like quickly. But overall, it does, as soon as you think like this is a bit slow, me or her will do something stupid and make you laugh, and it is actually really funny. As I've started saying things, in some ways I say things in the British way. So when they have a ST for a word, they tend to put an H in there. So instead of the sound of st, like Stephen, they will say, oh yeah, that's funny. Steve. They don't say, they'll say Steve, but if it's like the word stupid or the word stew, like a nice beef stew, they say it with an H in there. So they say stew, or stupid. And I've started doing that now. So I'll say stupid, and, but they don't say Steve. So what's that about? I don't know. But if I say anything, they'll just be like, we're English, we invented the language, so we do it our way because we know what to do, because we invented it. But it's actually taken from a lot of Latin and Greek and other things. But isn't that what the British are known for? Is just taking things from other people and other cultures? But Steve always reminds me that the Romans and the, the Nordics or something, the Romans, like other people have invaded Britain as well. So it, you know, it's not like they invented the whole trying to conquer other countries and places. Samantha says, oh my God, yes, we do. Tyler and I just have to go, but I love you and thank you for today. You're very welcome. I don't know what you said about, yes. Oh, stew. Yes, you guys do say sh, but I've started doing it now too, because I kind of like it for the word stupid. And Samantha says, oh my God, yes, we do. Tyler and I just practice stupid, and they realize that they say stupid instead of stew. S-T, stupid. Anyways, not a big deal, but I noticed that I am starting to say some things like that. There's these kids that followed me and Erica around in the shop today, because I said, let's go over to the candy aisle and see if they have anything that will work for our cookies, like decorating our cookies. And Samantha says, we'll see you sometime this week, XXXX, because that's another thing they don't do. They have X's here, so they do lots of kiss, but they don't do the hugs. So there's not XOXOXO, it's just XXXXXXX, which is lots of kisses. But I'll give you some O's as well. Some hugs. See? O's, some hugs. So X's and O's to you. Love you, Samantha. We'll see you this week. And yes, I miss you, and it's never enough time with you. So yeah, so me and Erica were walking around the shop, and these three young boys, younger than Erica. So Erica's 14. These kids were probably like 11, 12. I don't know. Samantha says, no hugs. Thanks. LOL. You're funny. And they started mimicking us and making fun of us. And Erica got mad, but she got more mad that they were making fun of me than her. So we were walking and they were behind us, and I said, let's go to the candy aisle. And then they started saying, oh, candy. Let's go get candy. Do you guys want some candy? And they said something about American. And then Erica turns around and says, can you guys shut up? And I was like, Erica, don't worry about it. Like, just calm down. Like, don't be rude or don't. So we went into the candy aisle, and then they were like, oh, we're American. They say something about, oh, American accent or candy or something. And I turn around and I'm like, well, we're not American. We're Canadian. And then I realized I was just as childish as they were. But yeah, and then after I told Erica, and then I said, like, we just need to, like, not worry about them making fun of us and everything else, and because she was so upset, and I said, yeah, don't worry about them making fun of you, who cares? Like, I said, if someone with a British accent was in Canada, we would think it was cool if we met them, right? So they probably think that it's cool that we have these accents, but they don't know how to, you know, I said, but they don't know how to say it, like, because boys are just different. Boys just, you know, like to tease and everything else, and that's what she said. She's like, but they were rude, and I said, yeah, but boys, like, it's like a boy who likes you, when they, instead of being nice to you and saying, I like you, they just are mean to you and everything else, so, you know, they don't always know how to act, so, yeah, they probably liked our accents, but didn't know what to do except to make fun of us. And yeah, I have to say that I'm surprised that I, you know, added to the thing, turning around and saying, like, we're not American, but yeah, so what was the point? I don't know. So I might say some words that the British say, but I still am Canadian and still say lots of Canadian words like candy instead of like the sweet aisle, or yeah, let's go get some sweets. But yes. We have 20 minutes to ramble. So Thanksgiving, what are we thankful for? I am thankful for so much. I'm thankful that I'm in one of the best places in my life in so many ways. I have a wonderful marriage. The kids are all healthy and happy. We have a lovely home. We have a lovely doggie who is getting older. She's 10 now, a German Shepherd who's 10, so you can really see the age on her. She's aging, she's an old lady now, but you know, like family dog. I am aging well as well, and that makes me really happy. I'm not doing this in a conceited way. I'm trying to tell you things that I'm thankful for, and I don't want to take things for granted. I really, what was it the other day? Maybe just being sick. Was it being sick? And then also when I got the housemaid's knee and I had to have my leg up and I couldn't work out, it's just like you don't realize how quickly things are going to be taken away from you, and you don't know what things will be taken away from you. So I try not to take anything for granted, and I try to be grateful for all those things, like even my eyesight. Like I said, I still need to make an eye appointment, so I need my glasses to read a lot of things, and you just, yeah, like I said, you don't know what's going to go and when it's going to go, and even pulling my hamstring or my knee when, you know, like, so yes, I'm grateful for so many things, and I have such a good life, especially compared to so many people who don't. So that's another reason. And again, it's not to, like, everybody has their good things and their bad things. I don't have a perfect life, but I have a lot of blessings, and I am thankful for so many things. My health, my family's health, the love that we have for each other, my family in Canada, and the fact that they're healthy and happy, and that they're going to be together today for Thanksgiving, or most of them anyways. And also people who are recovering from, like my mother-in-law who's recovering from her hip surgery. And I'm thankful that I got to, like, you know, my dad's already passed away, and my ex-in-laws from my first husband, they're both passed away. So I am grateful that even though Steve is 15 years older than me, not only his two biological parents, but even his stepdad as well, that I get to know for all these 8 years so far and on, I get to know his parents too. And he did get to meet my dad before my dad passed away, and he gets to know my mom. I'm also grateful for technology, and that I can not only do these, but that I get to talk to my family and friends, and that Steve can know my nieces and nephews through this. Although I haven't actually talked to Tina's kids in a while, so I should do that. And yeah, I'm grateful for the technology. I am grateful, like, I'm in such a good place in my life right now. I'm grateful for all the therapy that I've received, both from the healthcare system in Canada, and also all the self-therapy that I've done for myself. Like, it's taken me so much work to get to be who I am now, and the positive, happy Lisa that a lot of people see, because anybody who knew me growing up knows that even though I might have had a certain confidence that I didn't even realize was there, or because I always knew myself, so there was like this underlying confidence, and this, you know, like, there was things about myself that I didn't see that other people would have seen. But to be the person I am now, even if people look up to me or are influenced by my positive attitude and my, it's so weird. See, it is so weird to even say Lisa with the positive attitude and the happiness and all these things, because if you knew me growing up, the last thing you would have said about me is a positive attitude or happy or any of that. So I was miserable, I was depressed, I was grouchy, I was rude, I was not a nice person. And yet some of my friends are still my friends now, which I hope they like this version of me better. But thank you for sticking with me even back then. But it has taken years of working on myself and trying to be a better version of myself to be this person. And I am thankful for all that work I've done, the fact that I've never given up on myself, and the fact that it has paid off and that I'm able to be a better version of myself. And I will continue to do that because I'm not perfect. There's still a lot I need to work on. And that's, part of the thing. So people who admire me or think that, that it didn't just happen overnight. I'm not just like born, like this. So it still takes a lot of work. I think that's the thing, is that, like we talked about before, lots of the worst things that happen to us in life are actually blessings in disguise, because they make us into who we are. I was just talking to someone this week about the fact that my first marriage ending was one of the hardest things I ever had to go through in life. Not because, it was because it was like a death. As I said, it was even harder than my dad dying, because that people are going to die in your life, and your parents eventually are going to pass away. And my dad was ill, so for a few years. So it could have been like years away. It could have been any time. Like I prepared myself for that, but I wouldn't have got married if I knew that divorce was ever an option. I wouldn't have got married if I knew I was going to get divorced. So when I said those vows and when I got married, there was no plan ever for divorce, and my marriage fell apart in 3 days. The grief, it like hit me hard. It was one of the hardest things I've ever had. The pain that people talk about when they lose someone, or like the grief they go through for an animal, for a loved one, for a job, for a home, after a fire or whatever. Like the pain, you'd be fine, and then I'd get painful like in my chest and cry and everything else. And it was one of the hardest things I've ever had to do. And but my point was that it made me into the best version of me, because after that, I had no one to blame but me if anything with the kids or with anything went wrong. So I started working out. I was better with my money than I had ever been, because like I said, I couldn't blame anybody else. If bills weren't paid, if things weren't done, there was no one there to blame except me. So I became a better version of myself, and tough things that happen to us in life tend to make us into better versions. And there was something else I was going to say about that. Oh, so my depression. So living with depression has made me, if I didn't want to live that way, if I didn't want to live in a depressed state every day, I had to find ways to get myself out of that. Now, obviously, medication for me is something that works, but also journaling, my sad lamp, sunshine, finding things that I love, like gardening, connecting to nature, animals like my dog Lena, who's in here right now, and Nova, who just came in, and organizing and cleaning. They make me, like, a clean, organized environment makes me feel good, and all these things that help me to be that better version of me. So I don't think that I would be this happy, healthy, mentally healthy person that I am now had I not suffered from the depression, and still suffer from the depression, and done all that work. I wouldn't have done all that work if I didn't have the ailment in the first place. So that's what I'm saying. So look at the things in your life, and even though sometimes right when you're going through it, it's going to be really hard to see it as a stepping stone or a block to be a better version of you. I do believe, and if you can't see it for yourself, just look at other people or listen to other people's stories, and you'll find that sometimes the worst things that have happened to them have made them into a better, stronger, better person, or something better has come afterwards. So yeah, I hate that my first marriage fell apart. I never would have got married if I knew that my marriage would fall apart. But at the same time, I wouldn't have the life I have now if that hadn't happened. So where at the time it seemed like the worst thing in the world, now I'm not saying it's the best thing in the world, but it was a blessing, because I wouldn't be here in the best place I am with Steve and like we are so happy together. And after 8 years of so October 4th was 2 years for me doing my lives, but it was also October 4th was 8 years since I left Canada, and October 5th was 8 years since I arrived here in the UK, that me and the girls have been living here. So me and Steve have, we started dating in the spring, so that was 8 years of dating, but we've officially lived together for 8 years, and we have never been happier. We have great communication, we love hanging out with each other, we make each other laugh, and we just, we have such a great relationship. And there's so much for me to be thankful for. So with the Thanksgiving, man, I ramble and the time doesn't go by. And this wig, like, I like the way it looks. Like, on this side it looks good, but then there's like all these chunks that it's bugging me. It looked good before, but now it just seems like it's uneven and it's bugging me. But I need to stop messing with it. Now it feels like this is like really thin, and then there's really thick over here, so I don't know what's going on, but I just want to stop messing around with it. And I think it's like sliding, see? Oh, maybe that's part of the thing. It's just bugging me. Make it big. Oh my god. I'm a mess. I'm not looking like a witch now. I'm looking like crazy, like Mad Hatter or something. It's better when my hat... Oh, where's my poke gone? Oh, I'm falling apart. I don't look good anymore. So, I have plans for the next rambling hours with the Halloween type themes and spooky, wooky stuff. What's happening here? Okay. Witch bells have come up lately. I've been looking. So there was an advertisement for witch bells, and then I thought, no, not right now. And then after I saw this advertisement for witch bells, my auntie's friend, who is into all that kind of stuff, she makes them and sells them. So I might order some from her in Canada. So I'd rather have some from somebody I know. And then also, and maybe if I order some from her, then I can ask her to make some specifically for me. So when she makes them, she has me in mind, and they will be, blessed and made from the universe and from her specifically for me. And witch bells you can put at your door and such for, to keep evil spirits out and to keep your witchy ways good. So her name is Terry, and I will put, so what's it called? Terry's Witch Corner. I will put a link to it in the comments, and anybody who wants to buy witch bells or anything else that she has to offer, she makes brooms as well and other stuff. So and she does readings, so I'll put her information in the bottom, and that is in Canada, in Alberta, but I'm sure she does other things online, and I know she ships out, so I'll probably have to pay for the shipping myself for being out of the country. But it's like, if I'm going to have these things, I'd rather them be meaningful and from someone that I know, rather than just getting them online and them just being like some random thing made in a factory. So, okay, so yes, this hair is just, why? It looked fine before, and now it's just a big, I feel like, I don't know, somebody cursed my hair. We have 7 minutes to ramble. What do we want to talk about? Besides the fact that I'm going crazy, I could probably make a witch's hat as well, but I'm going to see what they have online. They don't have as much to offer here as they do in Canada, spooky wise and stuff, even though, there's like lots of old fashioned stuff here, but yeah, I'll have to see what they have. I'm really disappointed that I don't have that hat that I had in Canada. It was a big one, and it was really nice. I mean, it wasn't like big, but it was a really nice one, whereas this one that I'm wearing is inside out, and it's a kid's one, and it's made of felt, but it's like, it's a kid's one that I'm lucky even fits on my head. I tried a different one, but it didn't fit on my head, so if I wear that one in the next few weeks, I'll have to pin it. I'll see if I can get another witch's hat within the next few weeks, if I'm going to be a witch for any of my lives. Okay, stop. I'm playing with this hair even as much as I play with my real hair. And it's just, you know when, I mean, the real hair can do that too. When you like do your hair and then one side, you can't get to match the other side. And it just is, not a big deal, right? It's not a big deal. Okay, I'll leave my hair alone. What else is there to tell you guys about? I mean, as much as I don't like my voice, it could be a lot worse, couldn't it? It's just a big chunk of red that's really bugging me. So I just want to mix some of the black in there. Oh my god! Do you see how like how obsessive I can be with things if I can't even leave my hair alone? So this mood thing was blue when I put it on. It was green when I put it on. It was blue when I showed you guys at the beginning, and now that it's at the end, what is my mood? I don't know what the colors mean specifically, but it is still pretty blue. I'm putting my thumb on the back of it to see if it gets my heat of my body and if it's changing. Yeah, it's changing to green. That's still pretty cool. It looks pretty cool. Almost matches my eye now with the green. So I have my workout to do and then spend time with my lovely husband who is not feeling well. So I'll make him another lemon, green tea and lemon, lemon and green tea and lemon tea. Yeah, it's a tea anyways, with green tea and lemon in it. So I'll make him another one of those and try to take care of my baby so he feels better. And yes. And I need to eat some supper too because I didn't eat any of it. So there is still some beef left as well. I say it like you guys, oh, there's some cooked minced beef on the cooker if you want any. But yeah, somebody can make that into a wrap or have it on some nachos or whatever. So yeah, whatever you. This is the life of talking to myself, and it's a good thing I'm a little bit crazy. Otherwise, it would not be possible. Sometimes when I listen to my podcast and there's more than one host, I like it when they can like bounce off of each other. But I have gone through most of my life on my own, and saying that I don't mean that I haven't had family and friends. It's that we all are on our own journeys, and I know that a lot of what's the word I'm looking for? A lot of things I've done in life have been personal journeys and personal experiences. I haven't done a lot of things with friends and had adventures so anyways, my point is that it makes sense to me the way my life has been that I would do something like this by myself and not have because there's these also like even my witchy ways and my spiritual life and everything, there's these ladies that I follow on Instagram, and they are called Sassy Witches or something. Sassy Witches, Sassy Gardeners. And so they're two ladies who garden together. But yeah, so it's like it seems like a lot of the stuff I do alone, which is fine. I still have friends like Samantha and Chantel, who you met last weekend on my live, and other people who have been on my lives in the past. And I still have lots of people in my life when I need them. But yeah, it makes sense that I'd be rambling to myself. I'm just rambling to myself about rambling to myself until I think of something more interesting to say. So Thanksgiving for Canadians is this weekend right now. We are right on the weekend having Thanksgiving, and that might be where my mom went because she doesn't seem to be on anymore. So she might be dealing with things like family and a Thanksgiving dinner at her house, which she is doing today. But Thanksgiving for Americans is in November, so they still have time to prepare for their Thanksgiving. And that is more around the time that I make the pumpkin pies, because it started with Steve's business partner, Jackie. Jackie's husband is also named Steve, and he is American. And I know I've told you guys this every year. I asked him one time what he misses the most about America,
since he's lived here, and he says the food and stuff and I'm like what? And he said pumpkin pies, and then I made a pumpkin pie that year, and then I made it for a few years, but now his daughter-in-law, Jackie's daughter, Becky, makes the pumpkin pies for their family for the American Thanksgiving dinner that they have. So I don't do those ones anymore, but I'll still make it for Samantha and for us. And Mom says, nope, just listening to you ramble and whine. Oh, just a mother's love. She's had to like put up with me all those years of being well, she's always my mom, but like raising me, and she still will listen to me ramble and whine now, even though she's not sick of me totally. I guess living across the world for me, she gets that break, which is nice. So an hour on a Sunday listening to me ramble and whine is not the worst thing. You know, that's actually, if it wasn't called the Rambling Hour, that is a good title for something that I do, ramble and whine, but not like wine like the drink, but wine. But that's what it would sound like, ramble and whine, but it's really me and my whiny voice and whining about. See, that's another thing, like I said about me growing up compared to who I am now. I always got made fun of and called out because I would whine all the time, and life isn't fair, and I don't want to. And so, yes, my mom knows the whining Lisa very well. But yes, I finally, in my 40s, I'm finally starting to grow up. So we are over the hour, and I made it. I figured things out to talk about, and we've done another one, and we're almost at the end of the season as well, because this is episode 11 of season 8. So I know that it's only been 2 years of me rambling, which is actually a long time, but it's like the end of season 8 almost, which is crazy. But that's only because I only do like 12 weeks or 12 episodes approximately per season. So we will see you next week, and I will also let you guys know when I'm doing the Halloween. It'll be closer to Halloween, but when I'm reading the kids' stories for Halloween. So I'll let you know when that is for the kidlets, and if you want me to, whether they're watching live when I do it or they're not able to, but I can mention their name while I'm reading the books too, so they'll like that, they hear their name. Yes, Mom says, okay, bye, love you, give hugs to everybody, she said. Mom, you too, happy Thanksgiving, and give love and hugs to everybody there for Thanksgiving, and tell them that I'm thankful that they're my family, and that you guys get to be together. All right, and I won't tell Steve about the rhubarb crisp. But I love you guys, everybody out there watching now or later, and happy Thanksgiving to all the Canadians. I love you guys. I'll see you next week for more witchy stuff. All right, bye.